So guys, we are going to discuss the MCQ from the ICAI case scenario booklet. Are you aware that ICAI has released the case scenario MCQ booklet? So in that, we are going to discuss the case scenario first. Okay. So let's bash. Come on, guys. First question. Okay. This is ICAI question. Here. Preface. Okay. Okay. So, Ada, we will adopt the method which we will be following in for our exams. Exams, what approach you are doing, same approach let's follow for the discussion also. So, if a question like this comes, first, where will you go? First, we will go to, directly we will go to the question and then read back the case study. Okay. So, it's a very big passage. Did you see? This is case scenario 1. Okay. Okay. That's fine. Kindly see, I'm sharing you the case scenario, right? Okay. So see the question. The question itself is like it goes to 1 page, then 2 page, and then the question around 1 page, 1 and 3/4. So let's go to the question first. Let us read first question. While verifying the inventory as asked by the engagement partner, which specific assertion can be best verified by following the specific audit procedure considered by Mr. Rishab? So can you go in search of inventory and Rishab? Now can you read the passage? Where is those who have the booklet, please take. Others you can see. Where is Rishab? Where is inventory in the question? In exam halls also, you have to go like this in exam hall. Here, passage number 2. Did you see? For question number 1, read passage 2. During the audit, one of the team member, Mr. Rishab, was asked by the engagement partner to verify ownership assertion of inventories held by the company. To verify such assertion, Rishab asked the concerned official to make arrangements to attend the audit team at physical count of inventory being conducted by the company. Rishab was of the view that only by attending the physical count, the ownership of the inventory can be checked. Pause over here. What Rishab said, Rishab, what he said, he wants to verify the ownership. Okay. For that, he asked the company to arrange the attendance at the physical count of inventory. Which essay came to your mind? Can you say which essay came to your mind? Attendance at the physical count of inventory, which is essay 501. Right. In 501, auditor will be an observer at physical count of inventory. Okay. Now, in 501, inventory, what is the specific consideration which we establish? What is the specific consideration which we establish? Can you say? Two things. Whether, assume you are observing this item. Okay. When you be observer, idu nokumbam, paakumbam, what you can establish whether this item is in. When you're observing this, what you can establish whether this item is in existence and whether, one more word, whether it is condition is okay. Let us see. Mere observing, will you know the ownership? I'm showing you this item. You will know whether it is in existence and its condition. Ondo, irka, is it there? Existence and whether it is okay, condition. Unless I say, unless you see the ownership documents, whether ownership will be asserted. Mere observance will not help you to ascertain ownership. How will you ascertain the ownership? Can someone say? Mere observation will give you only existence and condition. 501 we study. How will you check the ownership? Whether inventory belongs. Inventory is the item. Hello. Items in FS. Chapter number 5 we say to check the at inventory, you have to check with the. And if inventory has to come, there should be purchase bills. Correct. Invoice you have to see. Then vendor reports, some confirmation from the vendors, etc. Here, Rishabh said he wants to attend the physical count. Which assertion is he verifying? Makla, answer please. Is it rights and obligation? Is it existence and condition? Is it valuation? Is it presentation and disclosure? Just say A, B, C, D. Answer is he was only an observer, so it is only B. So reference, I will give it as essay 501. Okay. So existence and condition of inventory, observing, auditor should be an observer at physical count, essay 501. If clear, can you say 2? And a question 2. Okay. While selecting, next question. While selecting the sample for verification of creditors, which method of sampling has been applied by Miss Soni? So, Eda, so in the exam, you go in search of creditors. Can you say which para? Just glance. Here. Eda, here. Third para, I guess. Here. Q3, Q2. Read, guys. While verifying the creditors, purchase balances, Sony decided to check creditors' balance on sample. Sample, essay. Sampling, essay. Which essay? 530. She was satisfied that internal control applied for the same. She asked the management to provide list of 550 creditors. Deciding the sample, she took sample intervals of every 11th creditors. By the way, she created a sample size of 50. So which method is she adopting here? 11th creditor, every 11th. Very good. Which method? It is systematic. Can you go a little more in detail? What is 550 here? What is 50 here? What is 11th here? 550 is the total. 550. Population. 50 is sample size. 11 is the sample interval. So here, as you guys rightly said, we are following which method? Systematic sampling, otherwise called as interval sampling. So the option, please. Makla, option A, B, C, D. Answer is C. Let's revise. What is stratified sampling? I say 530. Stratified sampling is a method in which you will divide into strata. Haphazard what? What is haphazard? Haphazard is unstructured method. Simple random is usually used for homogeneous population where you pick randomly. So here it is interval sampling now every 11th. So it is systematic. But if this is clear, can we go to 3? 3. Life is a race. Run. 3. Next. Which is the best course of action to be taken by Rishabh for verifying the assertion with respect to inventory asked by the partner? Already we have discussed this. Once more you say. Where is Rishab? Your Rishab escaped. Rishab's engagement partner wanted to verify ownership. For verifying the ownership, he wants to be an observer, attendance at the physical count. We said only existence. What he should have verified, we said purchase bills, vendor report, etc. See, according to her, the correct course of action, Rishabh should verify purchase requisition, purchase order, receiving report, vendor invoice, records, etc. Ownership cannot be verified by attending physical count. Is this statement correct or incorrect? He said mere observing will not establish ownership. You have to check the bill, vendor report, etc. Then only you will be able to say the ownership of the item. Correcta, incorrecta? That is correct. Now can you read what is the correct option? To seek the ownership, his engagement partner to ask to check the ownership. So should attend the physical count only procedure. Physical count will only satisfy existence. Rishabh should agree and follow the course of action suggested by her. Her suggestion you said correct. Rishabh should ask the management to provide written representation. Written representation, essay. 580. Written representation is only an dash evidence. Come on, written representation is only a corroborative evidence. It is not conclusive, not sufficient and appropriate. So this cannot be a mere evidence. Risham should perform test count inspection while attending physical count. This is to verify existence. So answer is, his partner said, engagement partner said to verify ownership. To see the ownership, as we said, it is B. Okay. Can you say 4 if this much is okay? Fourth? With respect to the verification of share capital balance of the company, which of the following is appropriate? Share capital. Can you go in search of share capital in the question? Where is share capital? Here. At just glance, you will get. Here. This one. For Q4. During the audit verifying the share capital, Mr. Rishabh and Soni noticed that there has been no change in share capital raised by the company. Sony is of the view that since there has been no change in the share capital, audit team is not required to obtain any evidence. However, Rishabh's opinion that obtain evidence even if there is no change. Accordingly, he obtained a written confirmation from accounts manager. This is from items in FS. Can someone say share capital, the first item in balance sheet, items in FS chapter 5. Even if there is no change in the share capital, auditor should verify. From whom you should obtain a certificate? Is it from the accounts manager? Certificate should be obtained from whom? Anyone? Not management, not shareholder. Certificate should be obtained from company secretary. Company secretary is the person who sees the legal matters, right? See, if you obtain a confirmation from accounts manager, it will be a representation, SA 580 only. Company secretary is the person who looks after the legal matters like share capital. So tell me the answer. V of Sony is correct. Rishabh is correct. Rishabh is partly correct. Written representation should be obtained from company secretary. Point of view of Sony is correct. No evidence is required. Just verify the closing and opening. And for those who don't know, kindly mark it. Whenever there is no change, you should still obtain evidence, a certificate from company secretary and not management. Are we clear? Can we go to the next? 5555. Whether non-acceptance of written representation from Mr. Rishabh is correct. Non-acceptance of representation. Where is written representation? Can you go in search? Written representation. Here. Q5, na? Read. During the finalization, the engagement partner, this para. Okay. Requesting the representation from the management with respect to the responsibilities of management and information provided. Rishabh did not accept the representation as the same contains qualifying language to the best of the knowledge, which according to Rishabh was not reasonable to accept. At which essay they are referring here? As per essay 580. As per essay 580, what? As per essay 580, can you accept a representation with qualifying language? But Momodima. Yes. Generally, representation should not contain qualifying. We believe, we think. However, if you are satisfied, but in class, we would have said no, we believe, we think. I usually say one example of a manager died, or those who have attended the class, you remember, manager died, a new person came, he doesn't have, so he may give a if, but, a qualifying language. We believe, we think. Okay. However, if he is satisfied and if he thinks it is reasonable, in exceptional cases, you may accept. Did you understand? Representation should be absolute. In that, it's like a declaration by management. They should not say, we believe, we think. It should be like pakka. But however, in exceptional case, if you think you are satisfied and reasonable, you can accept. Think of that example. So what is the answer, can you say? It is running. Essay 580 only. Non-acceptance is not correct. Sole discretion to decide to which language. Non-acceptance is correct. It is not reasonable to accept. Non-acceptance is correct. Auditor to accept written representation only if the language used in audit engagement. Non-acceptance is not correct, as it is reasonable for auditor to accept such qualifying language only if he is satisfied, being it is appropriate in the circumstance. Makla, which is the answer? I got B. Eda, what is the wordings which I said to you? Can you read back? Where is that para? Satisfied. Didn't I say this? Satisfied mana, reasonable mana. If you think you are satisfied and it is reasonable, in that case, you accept. Even think of that example which we said, a manager has died or he has not gone. He's no more. He gone from the company. Another person, he has no time. Reasonable and satisfied. Two words should be there. It's not just reasonable. You should be also satisfied. So which is more appropriate? Here it is only. Here it is. So which is more appropriate? B. Answer is, very good. Answer is D. So learn that qualifying language if you are satisfied and if you feel it is reasonable. Can we go to the last question? View of Sony regarding the assembly of final audit file. Hey, when you read the question itself, final audit file, which essay? Final audit file, essay 230. Sherry. Here. Can you read this passage? Q6 was about to finalize the report, and Sony were discussing various requirement of assembly. Assembly, a final audit file that can be made during the assembly process. According to Ms. Sony, only changes of administration nature can be done, like deleting the superseded, sorting, collating, etc. Such should not be, like recalculation should not be made. But is the view correct or incorrect? As per essay 230, audit documentation is only a dash process. Administrative process. No new conclusion, no new audit procedure. However, some changes can be made, such as, these things, deleting, sorting, collating, cross-referring, etc. So, view is correct as per essay 230. So, guys, answer is ABCD. Answer is B. View of Sony is correct. With that, case study 1 is over. Are you clear? Smile. So guys, now we are going to discuss which case scenario da? We have already finished case scenario 1. Now let's discuss the ICAI case scenario 2. Okay. See, whenever you do the case scenario, do as if it is for the exams. Okay. So what approach you will follow for the exam? Same approach you should follow when you are doing the questions. Okay. So let's start with let's start with case scenario 2. Okay. So here it is a big case study. Just 1 page. Okay, small only. So can we directly go to the question? Read the question, guys. Whether view of Mudit regarding obtain understanding of client business is correct. But when you hear about this, which essay came to your mind? Understanding about the business, 315. Do you need to understand about the entity, its environment? Answer is, yeah, entity, environment, including the internal control. Okay. Okay. So, but even without going to the case scenario, you read the question option. View of Mudit is correct because member of the team needs to obtain understanding of only about procedure to be performed. View of Mudit is not correct because while conducting audit, understanding of business environment of the client whose audit to be conducted is very important. View of Mudit is partly correct. Such understanding is required only for engagement partner, not for the team. View of Mudit is not correct because information forms crucial part of the report to be issued at the end of the process. See, let's analyze. No, wrong. Audit report. How many contents are there in audit report? Audit report, essay, 700, 14, including other information, 14 elements are there. In the 14 elements, is there a content called as understanding of the business? No. Title, addressee, opinion, basis, key audit matter, material uncertainty, other information. There is no content, na. So this does not form part of your report unless it is CAM. Now, does engagement team members need to understand? Yes. At our last day, we had a session of risk assessment. How many of you attended? I don't know. In that, you remember discussion with engagement team forms part of SA 315 documentation. Do you remember that? I asked you then whether you have to discuss with management or team. So engagement team should also. Let us see, I'm not concentrating on this session just on saying ABCD. That you will know from the ICAI key itself. I'm concentrating why not it is ABCD and the concept, why it is B. Here, you should obtain understanding of the entity and its environment as per SA 315. Why? To identify the risk of material misstatement and as per SA 330 to respond. So answer is B. B for ball. If this is clear, can you say 2? Okay, next. Which type of confirmation request Rohit decided to send the datas for verification of balances of trade receivables? Can you go in search of trade receivables? Question 2. Trade receivables, loans and advances given by the company amounting to 20 crore 20 lakhs. Rohit asked the concerned official to provide him with the aging of trade receivables. Rohit decided to send confirmation requests to debtors having balance exceeding 5 lakh. He decided to request third party to reply positively whether they agree with the balance mentioned in the books. Also, while verifying the loans and advance. Okay. But which confirmation is he asking? They themselves say in the question. In the passage, it's there. See, positive. And I want to ask something else. Can I ask you? Other than this, why are you obtaining trade receivables of, aging report of trade receivable? Indian. Why trade receivables aging report? Why auditors asking? And so which assertion, Kuta? For seeing doubtful debt only. I do understand. For which assertion? Isn't it valuation? Very good. To check the valuation, only you check that. He is going to take confirmation for amount exceeding 5 lakh. Which sampling is he choosing here? Nothing related with the question. I'm just asking outside. Only exceeding 5 lakhs. Below 5 lakh, he won't select in the sample. Monetary. Okay. So here the question they asked you, which type of confirmation? That was very simple. Which one? Positive. Can you say what is negative? Negative will confirming party have to reply only if he disagrees. What is exception? Exception is the difference between the what we requested and what they replied. Return representation is 580. But this question relate to essay. Confirmation request. 505. Okay, da. Next one, can you say? Which sample selection method have been adopted by Mohit while verifying loans and advances? Wait, We were saying about trade receivables. They're asking about loans and advances. Go up, go up. Ayo, where? Here. Where is loans? Also, while verifying the loans and advances, Rohit selected the sample checking without following any structured approach to avoid any conscious biases. Without following any structured approach, meaning unstructured approach. Whenever you hear the word unstructured, without any structure, it is clearly which method? Haphazard. Let us say, what is block selection? Block means you are selecting continuous item. Interval is systematic. Monetary is based on amount, value. Right. Can we go to the next? While verifying the inventory of the company, which assertion is verified? Let us go in search of inventory. Last parada. Further, in respect to inventory, which question was that? 4, na? Mudit performed audit procedure to verify that inventory balance at the year end does not include inventory of next year. Say it in your own language. ആ വർഷത്തെ ഇൻവെന്ററി മാത്രമേ ഉള്ളൂ ആ വർഷം. അന്ത വർഷത്തോടതാ അന്ത വർഷം ഇருக்கு. It belongs only to that year. Which assertion? Very good. Cut off. So answer is cut off. For seeing the valuation of inventory, AS2. For seeing presentation and disclosure, Schedule 3. Rights of inventory. Rights means ownership. Already we discussed in case scenario 1. For seeing the ownership, we have to check what? Maklai. For seeing the ownership, you have to check the purchase bills, purchase invoice, etc. Documents. So here it is year. So cut off. Last question. With respect to fixed asset, which assertion does Mudit want to check? Now go in search of fixed asset. Exam, you have to do like this. Fixed asset. While checking the balances of fixed asset, Mudit asked the concerned employee to provide him with various documents relating to the fixed asset appearing on the balance sheet. He asked for the title deeds of the building owned by the company, purchase bills. Why do you check the title deed? To check whose? So it is ownership. Ownership means which one? Rights and obligation. See, existence of fixed asset, how you will see physical verification. Valuation, basically AS10. Depreciation, you will see. PPE. Presentation and disclosure, Schedule 3. So here, title deed, you see, that's basically for rights and obligation. Are you clear? So guys, that's it. We have completed case scenario 2. Heda, how's things going? All okay? Happy? So guys, let's start. So we have discussed case scenario 1, 2. Now we'll go to case scenario number. In our ICAI case scenario booklet, we are now going to start case scenario number 3, right? Okay. Can you see? Okay, like we do for the exams, we'll read from the last. Okay. So this is case scenario number 3. Ah. Mhm. Okay. So directly we'll go to the question. At a big case scenario, one page, 1/4 page. So can you read? First question. And I read. Is the view of Mr. Sumit with respect to development of audit program correct? So which chapter comes to your mind when you hear about audit program? The chapter, in a chapter, which chapter comes to your mind? Audit chapter. It is chapter number 2. Chapter 2, we are talking about planning, strategy, program. Okay. Here, they are asking about Mr. Sumit. Okay. So, for the exam, you will go in search of Sumit. Can you see where Sumit said about the program? See, even though you don't read about the Sumit, just read the option and see, you can easily find out. Just read the option and then go in search. View of Mr. Sumit is correct. Developing one audit program for all entities will avoid duplication of effort. No, view of Sumit is not correct. All 4 clients operate in different industries. Evolving one program for all businesses, not practical. Yes, view of Sumit is correct. Development of audit program is not affected by nature of client business. No, view of Sumit is not correct as development of audit program is the responsibility of audit team. Individual clients will develop the respective program, which is the correct. Very good. The answer is B. And I don't just want to say A, B, C, D. Can you say the explanation why B? And why it is B? See, one sentence is there in chapter 2. Development of one audit program is not suitable for all client, I mean all entities. Reason can you say? Why? Because business of clients will differ. It differs based on size, nature, composition. So it is impracticable to develop one audit program for all the 4 clients. Ida, when you think of an MCQ, think of the reason. What if this question is asked for descriptive also? So that concept will be also clear. Ida, can you acknowledge whether you understood? Developing one program is not suitable for all clients because business differs like size, nature, composition of the business. Hence, it is impracticable for all the 4 clients. So, answer is D. Even without reading case study, you can find out. So, no need to read case study in this question. Okay. Now, read to. With respect to Saraswati Limited, Messrs. Reshu was asked by CA Ajay to perform what kind of audit procedures? Can you go up? Can you go in search of Saraswati Limited, Reshu Ajay? Can someone help me? Which passage? Saraswati Limited, Reshu. Mm. Where? Here. Saraswati Limited, Ajay ratio. Can you see? Second para. With respect to one of the clients, namely Saraswati Limited, a labor-intensive company, Ajay asked ratio to compare. Compare the amount of wages paid in the current year last year. She also asked to verify the relationship between number of employees and wages paid. The which procedure, even without seeing the option, analytical. Now wait, which type of analytical procedure? And in the first case, analytical procedure has 4 techniques: ratio, trend, reasonableness, structural. Wages paid in current year with last year. Which analytical da? Trend. Okay. Number of employees with the wages. Financial with the non-financial. Which is financial comparing with non-financial is. Basically it is. Why no reply? Reasonableness test. Right? What happened? It is reasonableness. That's right. Okay, anyway, which procedure? Comparison means it is analytical procedure. And analytical procedure, essay 520. So in that, answer will be, now it is easy. Which procedure? Answer is substantive analytical procedure. So guys, what is analytical procedure? Analytical procedure, let's revise for 1 minute. It is the evaluation of what? Financial information by analyzing, one word is there, by analyzing what? Plausible relationship between what? Financial and non-financial, to find the deviation or fluctuation from dash value, expected or predictable value. Okay. Now 3. Hey, this is your law. Whether understanding of Saurav regarding passing of special resolution is correct. Even though it is law, it is related to items in FS, chapter 5. Some cases ordinary resolution is required, some cases special resolution is required. You just go through and let me know, we'll discuss. Understanding of Saurav is correct, as ordinary resolution is for sweat equity shares, though special resolution is for a reduction of share capital. Understanding of Saurabh is partly correct. Special resolution is required for sweat equity, ordinary for reduction. Understanding of Saurabh is correct. Special resolution is required for sweat equity shares and reduction of capital. Saurabh is not correct. Ordinary for both. Can you say the section? Law expert. There are law experts. Sweat equity shares. Section 54 of Companies Act. Reduction of share capital. Section 66, right? 66, na? Okay. So both the cases you need special law, both the cases ordinary law, or what? See, both the cases, it's a special case. It's not general. So both the cases you need special. So answer is C. So when you are seeing the session, if you don't know, just study. Both it is special. Sweat means existing employees or the officers you are giving. So special. Reduction is also special. In items in FS, there is a item, equity. For that. Next. 1, 2, 3, clear. Can we go to 4? Come on, life is a race. Run, run, run. In view of Mr. Sumit, correct regarding relying on the work of internal audit team. Which essay came to your mind when you heard about internal audit team? Very good. Essay 610. Essay 610 deals with external auditor using the work of internal auditor. So can you go in search of Sumit, internal audit of Rintex Limited? Help me to trace the passage. Which para? I think Rintex Limited. At exam, you should go in search. Internal audit team. While starting the audit work of another client, audit team noticed that internal audit team Mr. Sumit was of the view that statutory audit team was use and rely on the work of internal audit. There was no such requirement for statutory auditor to perform audit procedures again, as internal audit team must have verified the financial transaction in detail. Further, verifying expense Sumit noticed company has implemented the system whereby entry related to expenses of the year can be entered into accounting by authorized person only. Is the view of Sumit correct? Since they perform, you did not perform again. See, there is one sentence in essay 610 which is relevant here. Anyone? External auditor can use the work of internal auditor provided he will be held. Very good. He will be held solely. One second. He will be held solely responsible. So, external auditor can use, it's only a partial substitution. Do you remember? It's only a partial substitution and not a full substitution. So can you say which option is correct? View of Sumit is correct. View of Sumit is not correct. View of Sumit is not correct as team cannot use the work of team. Sole responsible. View of Sumit is partly correct, can rely if the same is signed by engagement letter. Answer is, this is the word, solely responsible, partial substitution. Can we go to the last question? Essay 610. Last. What kind of risk is noticed by Sumit with respect to entries related to traveling expense in accounting system? But a risk, if they ask you, which essay will come to your mind? Actually, two essays. Risk means audit there is a risk. Risk cannot be reduced to 0, 200. If you have to identify and assess the risk, 315. Did you understand? Both these essays will come to your mind. If you are identifying and assessing, then 315. Risk means ILA, inherent limitations. Now, can you go in search of the expenses? Traveling expenses, some expenses. Accounting system. Last para. Sumit notice company has implemented accounting system whereby only authorized personnel can enter. However, traveling expense which constituted 30% of total entries were made by employees who were not authorized to make such entries. You remember internal control components? Internal control has how many components? 5. Thank you. Krimi. I stands for information system. So accounting system, information system is weak. So if information system is weak, it is which risk? Control risk. See, inherent risk is susceptible risk, which is unavoidable. This you could have avoided if you had proper controls, proper system. Detection risk is audit procedure. This is not this is systems. No risk. Risk is there. Why? FSL, there is a material misstatement. So answer is control risk. Hello? Are we clear? With that, we are completing. With that, we have completed case study, right? So, that's it. So guys, let's bash to Case scenario number 4. Okay. ICAI's case scenario 4. Okay. Okay. Read. So it's a big case scenario. Lot of things are happening. Lot of things. Lot of things. It's around 1.5 page. So we will go directly to the question, then read back. So can you read? The engagement team members are not able to take decision on sending negative confirmation request to some entries described in case scenario. Which of the following statement is in accordance with the standards?
Yeah.
Okay, done. And also negative confirmation. Can you say negative confirmation essay? 5, not 5. Negative there. It can be either positive confirmation or it can be a negative confirmation, right? So there are 4 cases in which you should obtain negative confirmation only. What are the 4 cases in which you have to obtain or you should go for negative confirmation? Anyone? 505 says 4 cases negative. 1, homogeneous population. Lesser risk of material misstatement, lower exception rate. One more case, less chances to be disregard. Confirming party will not disregard your request. Yeah, basically amount is low. So here they are asking you regarding negative confirmations. Where? So let's read. It would be appropriate for engagement to send negative requests to these business entity. These. So you have to read the passage. Can you go in search of the passage where there is confirmation? Here. Negative. Can you read this? The team is considering to send negative confirmation request as a sole substantive procedure to some business entities representing the trade receivables appearing in the FS. Company has made sales to these business entities. Some business entities are few and having quite large balance. However, team are not on the same page regarding sending negative confirmation request. Tell me, large balancer, but few. Whenever there is large balancer, positive or negative are more appropriate. Large balance means risk high. Risk high means positive is more appropriate. So here they are saying about negative confirmation. So appropriate or inappropriate? Appropriate, inappropriate, it depends upon auditors' professional judgment. Business entities are more likely to be respond. So answer is, since the amount is large, it is inappropriate. I hope you had a revision. These are the 4 cases in which you should choose for negative confirmation request. Can we go to next? This is a very good question. Think carefully and say. Which of the following planned procedure pertaining to trade receivables described in the case scenario is not related to completeness assertion? But trade receivables, balance sheet item. Balance sheet 5 or 6 assertions mainly. Existence you have to see. Rights or obligation you have to see. Valuation allocation, presentation disclosure, completeness, cut off, the same items in FS. So they are asking which is not related to completion, which is not required for completeness. So they are saying 2, 3, 3, 1, something and all. So can you go to case scenario? Trade receivables, right? Here. Which is not from the 4, which is not useful for completeness. ഏത് completenessന് വേണ്ട, ഏത് completenessക്ക് വേണ്ടാം. You have to rule out that. Can you see? Verification of invoices issued during last 7 days. The last 7 days means 31st March, last 7 days. If you see last 7 days, why are you saying if anything is omitted? Last 7 days means from 31st March, last 7 days. Does it support completeness? Tell me yes or no. Answer is, if you see last 7 days, and I'm asking, okay, who are the last 2 students who came to the class? Are you 2? Others you came late? 2 students. Okay, others are complete. So why they're checking the last? It is mainly you're checking the completeness. Yeah, 31st March, last 7. Okay, everything is done. Nothing is omitted. So this is for completeness. They have asked you which is not for completeness. So this is for completeness. Next. Selection of few invoices, aging report. Now wait. If it is only aging report, can you say why are you checking? Aging, 6 months, less than, more than 6 months, valuation. Now wait, question is incomplete. Option is incomplete. Aging report of again March. March is balance sheet date. Then you will verify with the billed amount whether it is on the correct date. Year end 31st March date you are checking. But if it was only this option, then it is valuation. Here you are checking the valuation plus you are checking with the dates, whether it is falls within the date also, whether it is omitted. Within that date, whether everything is there. Cut off, and it also helps in completeness now. And if this was not there, if it was not there, then it is only valuation. Since it is this also there, it is completeness. Next. Preparation of schedule of movement of bad debts. Movement of bad debts means how bad debts are compared. Movement. The movement of bad debts. Bad debts is what? Debtors less bad debt is the amount, right? Debtors less bad debt is the amount. Amount means which assertion? Valuation. Does this support completeness? Answer is no. Next. Process of providing discounts to ensure that is in company's policy. The discount you are tracing with the company policy. If it is a discount, then bill should be there. If bill is there, then only discount is there. If discount is there, bill should be there. Discount ഉണ്ടെങ്കിലേ ബില്ല് കൊടുക്കാവൂ, ബില്ല് ഉണ്ടെങ്കിലേ ഡിസ്കൗണ്ട് കൊടുക്കാവൂ. ബില്ല് இருந்தா தான் டிஸ்கவுண்ட் கொடுக்க முடியும். டிஸ்கவுண்ட் கொடுத்தா பில் இருக்கணும். You are checking that. So this also indirectly helps in completeness. This much discount is there. Where are the bills? Is there anything omitted? This also helps in completeness. So answer is which does not help in completeness? Basically it is 3. Wasn't that a good question, guys? Yo, why? Mark it, redo. Can you all reply whether you understood? Warriors? Sherry. Can we go to the next? Guide team member S by selecting the correct option with respect to share option outstanding account. And it is something related to schedule 3. You know, share option outstanding account, where it should be shown. Anyone? Share option outstanding account, where it should be shown. Without even seeing, it can be said it is part of your share capital or reserves, Ada. You study in Schedule 3 accounts reserves, right? Current liability? No. Share capital? No. Both are saying reserves. Which is the correct answer? C or D? It is required to be shown under reserves and surplus to be separately classified. Shown under reserves, no separate disclosure. See, Schedule 3 always say whenever there is a special account, it should be separately disclosed. So share outstanding, options outstanding account should be separately disclosed under reserves and surplus. Next. Which of the following planned audit procedure in relation to inventories are not in the nature of analytical procedure? Analytical procedure, essay 520. They are asking which is not analytical procedure. 1, 2, 2, 3. Can you see? Out of these, they are asking which is not analytical. Can you see? Comparison of inventory turnover ratio of current to previous year. Is analytical? Comparison of current to previous year. Yes, it is trend plus it is ratio. Current period with the previous period. Analytical? Yes. Budgetary with actuals. You know, budget with actuals. Seeing budget is also, see, analytical procedure. Vidusha, it comprises of comparison plus consideration of relationship plus others. In others, they say budget. You see budget with actual, you're comparing. Budgeted sales is this much, actual is only this much, you're tracing. So budget is also analytical. Performing purchase and sales cutoff. A cutoff is not part of analytical, it is basically testing details. That is cutoff. So 4 is not analytical. There is no comparison, there is no relationship there. Where am I running? So what is the option? By 4. D. That's it. Smile, guys. Life is short. Keep smiling. I hope the sessions are benefiting. My humble request, if it is benefiting, just put a comment and share. Yeah. So that's it. Okay, welcome back, guys. So can we go to which case scenario? Case scenario number 5. Okay. For those who are searching from where these discussions, all these are, I hope you guys know, ICAI has issued the case scenario. You can download from the BOS. Are you guys aware? So all these are, we are discussing the case scenario. There are 30 something case scenario in total. Okay. Right. I think it's very useful if you do all these cases. Okay. Case scenario number 5. Okay, case scenario 5. Lot of things are happening, guys. Lot of things. One page they have written. So we'll go to the question and come back. So can you read? Whether audit team is correct regarding excluding planned review of petty cash from audit program. And they have excluded the audit program from the audit program petty cash. Is that correct? See, in the case scenario, there you have to see where is petty cash? And where is petty cash? Read here. During the audit, CA Nitin, the partner, identified issues with companies' debt management practices, prompting inclusion of more detailed review of loan agreements. However, the opinion of planned review of petty cash was unnecessary due to companies limiting cash transaction. Thus, review procedure was removed from the audit program. So basically, petty cash is a very small item, and they're limiting the cash transaction. So they removed the petty cash from the audit program. And this question pertains to which chapter? Chapter number 2, audit program. Not only that, the company has an organization structure and they have an effective controls. Did you read that? Now, can you say which option is correct? Audit program should always include cash regardless of company's policy. Petty cash should not be excluded. Second, yes, company's internal control policy of limiting cash to reduce, so you may exclude. No, audit program must cover all the financial transactions, including petty cash, to ensure comprehensive auditing. Yes, audit program should focus only on areas with high financial risk. Petty cash is not a high financial risk area. Guys, option please. I'll give you 30 seconds time. I want a reply. And when we are discussing, don't look at the answer. Sessions use will go. And don't you remember one thing we said? Audit program is not suitable for all the entities. One program. It depends upon the nature, size, organization structure, internal control. Audit program scope, it should be, you should perform only necessary steps. Unnecessary steps should not be performed. It should concentrate on areas where errors are there. It should be only for relevant area. Here, internal control is very effective. Second, petty cash is minimum area. It is like immaterial. If you are going to say every area, it's like you're going to cover the entire population. So answer is B. Company's internal control and policy of limiting cash. You should understand about the company, its business. So answer is B. Why? Mainly we are limiting because their control is also proper. Didn't you read that? Companies control is very effective. Look, internal control is effective, organization structure. That is another reason why you need not see. Control is robust. Control will take it to an extent. We are performing TOC and there is no deviation as such. Mark that question, and wherever you're making mistake, mark it, redo only those questions. Next, please. Whether decision to send confirmation request to the creditors of the company as on 20th of March is justified. Confirmation essay 505. Just read the option. Can I say external confirmation la auditor management design the confirmation? There is a sentence. Auditor shall maintain control over design and sending of confirmation. What to be asserted, when to be asserted, auditor will decide. Is it mandatory that he should ask only the balance? No. Can he ask the date of purchase? Yes. Can he ask quantity of goods sold? Yes. Can he ask 31st March alone? No. He can ask middle of the year. What was the balance as on April? Yes. At the auditor's discretion. What matter to be asserted, we will decide. There's a phrase. Factors, there is a phrase. Matter to be asserted, address, we will decide. Matter to be asserted. So option A. Yes, decision of auditor is correct. Auditor is allowed to choose any date reasonably close to balance sheet date. Selected dates helps to ensure accuracy of liabilities without consultation of management. Do you need to consult management while obtaining confirmation? There is a point. Authorization of management should be obtained. You remember? So, this is wrong. Without consultation is wrong. No, decision of auditor is correct. Should have sent confirmation for balance sheet date. Is it mandatory that I should confirm only on balance sheet date? I can do any date. Yes, decision of auditor is correct, as auditor is allowed to choose any date close to balance sheet date, but it should be decided in consultation with management. No, decision of auditor is not correct. Confirmation should be obtained within a date of audit report. Array, why after audit, after balance sheet date? Answer is C. Did you understand? You can choose any date, but preferably somewhere around balance sheet date. Any date is fine, but usually any before balance sheet date, but you should ask the management consent. Are you clear? Kanmanis, Makla. Next, please. 3. Which of the following is not an appropriate procedure to verify balances for Keshav traders and Amit traders? Where is Keshav? Where is Amit? Can you see where is Keshav? Where is Amit? Second para, right? Here, Keshav and Amit is here, I guess. To verify the balances of trade payables, the auditor decided to send confirmation request. These requests were verify the balances as on 20th of March, date chosen deliberately. This approach was taken to maintain integrity. However, it was noted that Keshav and Amit did not respond to the confirmation request. Here, confirmation request, they did not reply. Who did not reply? Who did not reply? Keshav. Keshav and Amit distributors are whom? Keshav and Amit are whom? Third parties. They did not reply. So can you read? Breaking down the balances into individual transaction and making sure they have actually happened. Whenever there is a non-response from the confirming party, Keshav and Amit are. Don't say who's Keshav and Amit when I asked you Keshav. See, they are the confirming party, right? Whenever you don't get the confirmation, what you have to do? When you don't get the response, you have to perform alternative procedure, right? Yes or no? Alternative procedure is needed for non-response. Like, can you say few examples of alternative procedures? Like you will ask written representation, you will see the subsequent written representation is not alternative. You will see subsequent subsequent receipts. You will see the GST bills. You will check the invoice data. Yes or no? External parties, they did not reply. So what is the other? You have to see shipping document, I'll write. Shipping document, you have to see GST bills, e-way bills, subsequent receipts or payments, etc. Now, they have asked you what? Since Amit did not reply, which is not an appropriate procedure. Meaning which is not an alternative. ഇതിൽ ഏതാണ് alternative procedure suitable അല്ലാത്തത്? ഇതിൽ ഏതാക്കും alternative suitable അല്ല? Breaking down into individual and analyzing. Checking payment after year end. Tracing to original invoice. Request the written representation. See, written representation you can ask. But is it an alternative for external confirmation? It is not an alternative for external. It's another procedure. They asked you which is not. So answer is D. See, written representation you can obtain, but it is not an alternative procedure for non-response. Makla, can you reply whether you understood this? Okay. In the given case, is there any separate disclosure requirement for PPE revaluation? Can you go in search of PPE? Auditor noticed that the company's PPE was revalued, resulting in increase by 5%. PPE, you hear in Schedule 3 as well as CARO. When you have to disclose or report, only if the revaluation is more than, how much percent? More than. Schedule 3 also it has more than 10%. Here it is only 5%. So can you say which is the option? Separate disclosure is required, 5%. No disclosure, 10%. Separate disclosure, no. Answer is B. It's there in CARO as well as Schedule 3. Whenever numeric comes, be careful. Last, what is your perspective of management view regarding audit of LLP? This is audit of different entities, chapter 9 left. LLP audit mandatory, optional. Optional. There are two limiter. Do you know what are the two limiter? One, turnover should exceed 40 lakh. One more condition. Or capital contribution should exceed 25 lakh. Either case, it should be audited. Always required. So which is the option? Turnover 40, capital 40, or always required if either turnover or capital is 25 and turnover is 40. the end. Answer is either of these case, it should be audited. So I think that case study was good, right? So guys, we are warriors. Come on, let's play a BGM and wind up. Heda, keep going, keep going. Where is the BGM? So guys, can we start with case scenario? I've lost the flow. Case scenario number 6, right? Okay. Case scenario number 6, I think it is relating to bank audit. Come on, come on, come on. Think of bank audit in your mind. Did bank audit come? Okay. Read, guys. Engagement team conducting the Coimbatore branch bank under the guidance of the lead. And I can just take a look. AB Industries, Mass, RS, home loan, car loan. Let's go to directly the questions. Okay. Now read. Is the provision made for AB Industries doubtful one appropriate? Now let's discuss blindly without saying the answers. Let's discuss something. As per the RBI prudential norms, can you say provisions? How much is the provisions, guys? Asset is divided into how many classifications? 4. Broadly 2. Standard, performing, NPA. Performing, non-performing. Now, performing NPA is divided into, again, come on, split. Substandard, doubtful, loss. Doubtful is divided into doubtful 1, doubtful 2, doubtful 3. Now, why doubtful 1, 2, 3? Doubtful 1 is less than 1 year. Doubtful 2 is 1, 2, 3 years. Doubtful 3 is more than 3 years. Now, can you say the percentage of provision? Performing is usually 0.4% of outstanding. So, outstanding amount you take 0.4 by 100 you calculate. Substandard, outstanding you take into 15%. So, 15 by 100. Doubtful one now, 25%. The doubtful 2 40%. Doubtful 3 100%. Loss 100. Loss you need not say, right? It has to be written off now. So it is 100. Now guys, there is a crux here. If it is unsecured, instead of this, it is 100, 100, 100. Okay, I hope you had a revision of the provision norms. Now, can you say provision of AB Industries? Can you go in search of AB Industries? Where is AB? Read, guys. AB Industries is doubtful one. Secured or unsecured or fully secured? Doubtful one. How much it should have been? 25%. How much is the amount outstanding? 10. So 10 lakh in the 25%. So it is 2.5. So what is the answer? They made, at how much they made provision, it should have been, it should have been 2.5. They made 5. So there is a excess of 2.5 lakhs. It's not 25, 2.5 lakhs. So Makla, answer is appropriate No, not appropriate. So which is the answer? Answer is C. No, it is not required. 2.5 lakhs only. Are you clear? So just refer to the bank auditor provision norms. Next. Considering the housing loan, car loan availed by the borrower Sham, which of the following statement is appropriate? Where is housing and car loan? Here. The borrower Sham availed two loans. Housing loan, EMI overdue for 120 days. Car loan, 60 days. And can we discuss that? If it is overdue for 120 days, more than 90 days, housing loan is, hello, housing loan is NPA. Car loan, is it PA or NPA? Less than 90 only. So it is PA. And just for your information sake, not for question, PA regular SMA. Regular means no default. Here there is default. It is SMA. Special mention account. In that SMA 1. Very good. It is SMA 1. SMA 0 is showing stress signal. SMA 1 is 31 to 60 days. Here it is 60. SMA 2 is 61 to 90 days. Here it is 60. So it is SMA 1. Now we have studied a provision. If one loan is NPA, will other loan will be also NPA? At one provision we have studied. NPA classification is dash wise and not dash wise. That's right. NPA classification is borrower wise and not facility wise. Once a loan becomes NPA, other loan will also become NPA, irrespective whether he is paying or not. Here, this is NPA, right? So this will be also NPA. So can you say which is the answer, please? Both the housing and car loan is NPA. Housing loan should be NPA, car loan standard. Car loan NPA, other PA, both are PA. Answer is A. See, outstanding, it will be NPA. Only one exemption is there. Two exemptions are there. Central government guaranteed advance will not be NPA. NSC, KVP will not be NPA if margin is there. Now, next. What is the minimum provision required for RS enterprises which is fully secured? Can you go in search of RS enterprises? Where is RS? RS. RS. RS is in the category of doubtful to 30. Doubtful to fully secured. How much is the percent? 40%, right? Fully secured. If it is unsecured, 100%. This is right. Alle. If it was unsecured, assume question is unsecured, then it is right. Here it is secured. So 40% of 30, it will come to 12 lakhs. So answer is 12. Had it been fully unsecured, then the answer would have been A. 30, which is A. Here anyway it is 12. Hello guys, with that, we have completed case scenario number 6. Okay. Celebrate, in life, whenever, things are going like this, you should Celebrate small, small things. Celebrate. Smile. So, guys, welcome back. So, shall we start with case scenario question number 7? It's a very small question. Okay. So, read. Okay. Case scenario 7. Okay. We'll directly go to the question. Which of the following best describes CA Mahavir responsibility as per essay 560? By the way, what is essay 560? Anyone? Subsequent events. Can we revise subsequent events in 1 or 2 minutes? Subsequent events means events occurring after the date of FS date, till the date of audit report date. Between this, it also includes the fact known to auditor after audit report date. But if you know a fact between this date, between FS date and audit report date, you have not given the report. Between FS and audit report datum, you have not given report. You should obtain evidence whether it is either properly adjusted or disclosed where? At where? In FS. If it is known after your audit report, it is known after your report, after you have given your report. Okay, generally, no obligation. Makle, actually, if you knew after your audit report, generally speaking, no obligation. However, if it is significant, you should respond. In that also, there are two cases. Known before issue of audit report, after issue of audit report. Did you get a small idea of 560 subsequent events? There are 560, read it with, when you compare it with AS, events occurring after balance sheet data, AS 4. Now read. Which of the following best describes Mahavir's responsibility regarding subsequent events? Can you read and say? He has no obligation to perform audit procedure for events occurring between FS date and audit report date. He doesn't have obligation after report date. Between FS and audit report date, he has obligation. Wrong. He should perform procedure to know about events between FS and audit report. That is right. He has no obligation to perform procedure after signing report, even if he knows would have cost. But if it is a significant matter, he has procedure. Is the statement correct? No. He has to rely only upon written representation. At a written representation, essay 580. Written representation is only a corroborative evidence. It's not sufficient. It's not conclusive. Not only that, he has to perform 4 other procedure other than written representation. You remember? He has to perform inquiry, read minutes book, verify interim FS latest, and one more, understand procedures. Mere representation is not sufficient. So most appropriate is B. I have explained essay 560. Can we go to second? Next. Which of the following is most appropriate regarding CA Chandana should take for inventory lying with the third party? Which essay came to your mind when you heard about inventory lying with the third party? If inventory is lying with the third party, as per essay 501, what was the thing? 3 procedure. First thing is you should obtain confirmation, perform inspection, or other procedure. And is it and or these three? It is or. So first thing is confirmation or inspection or other procedure like send another auditor. So can you say which is the best option? Request confirmation of inventories quantity and condition. Inspect all inventories without requesting confirmation. And our first thing is confirmation. Rely on management representation. We said representation as per essay 580 is not sufficient and appropriate. Confirm inventory value along with the quantity and condition from third party. See, value of inventory is not a concern as per essay 501. The main thing is to obtain confirmation. Confirmation, essay 5, not 5. The best option is A. Can we go to 3? Sure. Which audit procedure CA Prabha performed to verify conversion of foreign currency into Indian rupees? See, there are 7 techniques procedure: inquiry, inspection. You remember? Inquiry, inspection, observation, external confirmation, recalculation, reperformance, analytical. Which essay says these procedures? 500. 500, not 505. Here you are checking conversion. Which one? Inspection is checking documents. Recalculation is arithmetical accuracy. Observation is looking. Reperformance is re-executing. Conversion is basically it is recalculation. Now outside this question, for which assertion are you checking this? Not related to this question. For which assertion are you doing this? If it is P&L account, which one? Makla, P&L account means accuracy or measurement. If it is balance sheet, you call it as valuation or allocation. So I think that was a very small case study. So that's it, guys. Case study. Did you notice something? We never went through the case scenario. Without going through, we solved the question. But for the exam, it may not be the case always. So at times, you may get the cases like this. Analyze well before you do. At times, there can be an issue. Okay. So guys, welcome. Can we start with the next question? And the next question, which is case scenario number 8. Okay. So let's start. Gear up, 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 gear up. Quick. Okay. So case scenario 8. Okay. Again, it's a big question. Lot of things. Some assertions they are saying. Yeah. Based on that, MCQ. That's a good question. Please read carefully. Based on CAJ's approach in designing test of details and in designing test of controls, Which of the following statement is most appropriate? Can you go in search of test of details and test of control in the case study? I think it's the first para. Test of transaction, test of control. Yes, first para. Can you read? While auditing ANJ Industries Private Limited, CAJ has decided that it would be appropriate to examine 100% of items comprising turnover of 30 crores as reflected in the FS. For transaction, he designed test of details and sales function is automated in the company's information system involving repeated calculations. Further, he is in dilemma fix about the test of controls. And haven't we learned in chapter number 4? Those who have attended the classes, regular class especially, after essay 500. And those who have the notes, can you check please? I will wait for 30 seconds. Come on, take the notes and see. At times you will check 100% of items. At times you will check only sample. Haven't we written a distinguish like this? A yes or no? Haven't we written a distinguish like this? And I would have said an example in the class regarding the startup company. When you will go for 100% checking, 100% checking of the population is usually done when you have small number of large value items, when risk is high, when there is a complex transaction. Didn't we say like this? Now, will you go for 100% checking for TOD, TUC? That day we said 100% checking is usually done for very good TOD and not for TOC. You remember we said like this? Not only that, here the sales function is automated. Automated means it is repeated, repetitive. Automated means everything is repetitive and takes care. So control will be like almost the same. So do you need to check TUC or TUD fulla? Which you have to check? You have to check TUD full. However, TUC you need not check full. See, this is not class, so I cannot sit and explain full. So please check those who have the notes. After essay 500, we have written a distinguish. I hope you guys saw that. Okay. So, which is the approach? The approach for both TOD and TUC is proper. So here they are saying both you do TOD and TUC 100%. Approach for TOD is proper, however, unlikely for TOC. Next, say TOD is okay, but TUC no need. Then TUC is proper, not for TOD. Approach for both is not proper. So answer is clearly B. See, 100% of examination at times, small number of large value item, complex, risk is high. It's usually for TOD and not for TOC. And mind you, you're not going to express opinion on TOC. I mean, not on controls. Our opinion is only on FS. But I hope that was a good question. Can we continue to next? Next. Which assertion is J checking while verifying the complete correctness of recording of sales based on invoices, adjustment of discounts and TDS on employee benefit expenses respectively? But even without going to the case study, you can say, here they are asking you assertion regarding two things. Sales they are asking and employee benefit expenses they are asking. P&L account balance sheet items are sales employee benefit P&L account balance sheet items are. Can I know? Both are P&L. P&L account, what are the assertions? Can you say, Kadagada, come on, quick, pattern. P&L account assertions are accuracy or you see it as measurement. Second, occurrence. Third, cutoff. Fourth, classification. Last, completeness. These are the five assertions. Both are P&L, sales employee benefit. Sales, what is he checking? Whether sales is recorded after adjusting discount. Which one? Sales amount less discount. This will be the amount. If that discount is not adjusted, amount of sales is wrong. So which one da? Amount. Amount means it is accuracy or isn't it measurement? Not classification, Danya. It is accuracy or measurement. Now, next one. Regarding the employee benefit expenses, the tedious adjustments has been made. I hope you guys will study in your income tax. Salary, there is tedious. Do you guys know? Gross salary. Yeah, under 192, etc. Gross salary, less. TDS, net salary. This TDS has to be adjusted or TDS amount. We show this salary in the P&L. Again, amount. So again, which assertion? Very good. Again, it is value. So again, it is accuracy or measurement. So both these cases, sales and employee benefit expenses, it is accuracy. So accuracy or measurement. So answer is A. Are you following? I hope that was also good. Can I go to next? Considering the view of Ankush, which of the following is false? Where is Ankush? I lost him. Ankush, can you go in search of Ankush? Here, Ankush. Okay. Assertions are representation made by auditors. Correcta, incorrecta? False. And assertions are representation made by whom? Management in FS. Assertions are generally explicit and not implicit. Answer is again false. It can be either explicit or implicit, which is again divided into positive, negative, positive, negative. Next. Verification of assertion helps the auditor in finding out whether FS is in accordance with AFRF or not. So assertion, auditor will check to compliance with AFRF and gap risk. So the correct or incorrect? Answer is, see, assertions are checked by auditor as per SA 500 to obtain evidence, as well as it is checked under SA 315 to identify the risk. So this is said to be correct. But which essay mainly address this? Assertions are representation by management. Very good. We learn in essay 500. Items in FS also says. Okay. So 1 and 2 are wrong. 3 is correct. So which option, Makla? They have asked you which is false. So false is 1 and 2. Are you following? Can we go to next? As regards the matter of holding of certain inventories as consignee of the goods. Consignee of goods. Which type of assertion is being verified by the auditor? See, can you just read the passage where? Yeah, question 4. In the normal course of business, company also holds a part of the goods as consignee. So, company consignor, consignee. The company is acting as a consignee. The company holds a part of the goods as consignee. The company holds a part of goods as consignee. Guys, while verifying the assertion, he ensures that inventory held by the company as consignee. Company is consignee. Come on. Does not belong to others. ഇവരോടെയാണ് വേറെ ആൾക്കാരുടെ അല്ല ഇവങ്ങളോടതാ വേറെ പേഴ്സൺസോടെ അല്ല it's belong to them, not of others, only of them. It is fully there, not of others. Which assertion is he verifying? It is only of them, not of others. Of them it is complete. Which assertion da? Only of them, not of others. Right. അവങ്ങളോടെ ഫുള്ളാ വന്നിருக்கு അവരോട് ഫുള്ളായിട്ട് വന്നു whatever belongs to them are fully recorded. Both completeness. So it is both rights and completeness, na? See, it's not cut off. Can you cancel? It's not cut off, not valuation. See, here you check rights. Not only that, ours is there, complete rights, plus ours is fully there, completeness. So answer is both completeness and rights and obligation. Whatever should have been recorded, see, whatever should have been recorded are recorded. And it is ours, does not belong to others. I feel question number 8 was very good. Mark it and if possible, redo after a week or so. Hello guys, with that, we have completed. Hello. With that, we have completed. Da. Case study. 8. Hi guys, can we start with case study 9? Come on, gear up, gear up. Case study 9, quick. Revanth Manohar. Eda, you saw something relating to LLP? LLP partnership. So something relating to LLP, different entities. Chapter 9. Okay? Be ready. So start. Which of the following is correct regarding the difference in types of organizational structure, connected matters? You read. LLP gives the benefit of flexibility of limited liability partnership and good governance of a company. Minimum of 2 individuals are required to form LLP. Okay. And 2 partners are required to obtain DIN. Regulatory authority of LLP is Registrar of Firms of respective state where LLP is located. Can you say this is correct or incorrect? Okay. Answer is incorrect. Regulator of LLP is whom? It is not Registrar of Firms. It is Registrar of Companies. And it is not DIN. LLP's partner should obtain DIPIN, Designated Partner Identification Number. So this is wrong. Next. LLP gives the benefit of limited liability of a company. and flexibility of firm. Okay. Two individuals, at least two partners, depend is designated partner identification number. Regulatory authorities is ROC. Correcta, incorrecta? Till here seems to be correct, but let's wait. LLP gives the benefit of limited liability of company and flexibility of firm. Minimum two individuals. Obtain DIN. So you can cancel, right? DIN is not correct. DIN is for company, director's identification number. Cancel. LLP gives benefit of limited liability of company and flexibility. A minimum of three individual. And how many are required to form LLP minimum? Minimum is two. Here they say three. So cancel. So answer is B. Ada, you learned minimum two partners to form LLP. Two partners should be designated partner. In that, two partners should hold designated partner identification number, and ROC is the regulator like a companies. Can we go to 2? I think we have discussed earlier in somewhere above questions audit of LLP. Do you remember? I think we have already discussed. Can we recall when LLP audit is it mandatory or condition is there? Mandatory alla, condition is there. How many conditions? Two conditions. What are the two conditions? 25 lakh, 40 lakh. What is 25 lakh? Someone said. Turnover or contribution? 25 lakh is lower is contribution and 40 lakh is turnover. So can you read and say the answer, please? In the above scenario, regarding the audit of financial statements of LLP, there is no provision for compulsory audit. However, may choose to get the audit due to advantages. See, there are advantages, but there is also a compulsory audit if it exceeds. Every LLP is required to get the audited compulsorily. It's not compulsory. Only if it is exceeding these limits, it is compulsory. There exists provision under LLPs Act 2008, relevant rules for the audit based on twin criteria of turnover and contribution. However, proposed business doesn't meet the threshold and would not require to get the accounts audited. There exist provisions under LLP and relevant rules. The proposed business meets the condition. So I think you have to go back to the case study. Hello? Can we read the case study? And like this, you have to analyze, then only you have to go back. How much is the turnover, da? 5 and 50. So answer is audit cheyano vendiyo pannanama venama? Answer is yes. So C ya D ya? D. And I'm just doing as if you are in the exam hall. You will read the conditions and then whatever relevant you read above. You have to mock the real life. Whatever you're doing in the exam, you have to mock it. Now we are in the verge of exam, right? So D. Can we go? Which of the following statement is correct regarding Manohar's viewpoint? And by the way, okay, you read, then I will say. I hope you have heard about audit trail. And what is audit trail? Audit trail is a pathway. I'm saying in layman language, pathway meaning tracing of transaction, or it is the flow of transaction from beginning to the end, documentary flow. It helps the auditor in tracing. Not only auditor, company also. Audit trail is useful only for auditor. However, maintaining audit trail having software is not compulsory for LLP. I'll read you say the answer. Audit trail are useful for business as well as auditor. However, maintenance of software having audit trail is not compulsory for LLP. Audit trails are useful for business as well as auditor, and it is compulsory for LLP to maintain the audit trail. Audit trails are useful for business as well as audit trail. Maintenance of software having audit trail is compulsory for having certain threshold limits. Ma'am, what is happening? Others, can you say? Okay, you have made mistake, so I'm marking. Okay, those who are saying C, I'm sorry guys, answer is B. Ada, haven't you learned in chapter number 8? Audit report 143.3. Ada, law il padikum. You'll learn in law 143.3J. In that one point is there, section 143.3J of Co-Act, whether companies maintaining an accounting software having audit trail, having edit log, which is OTP. OTP is operating throughout, not tampered, properly preserved. Hello, have you heard this? I want to know. Chapter 8, 143.3J, Companies Act, auditors have to report under section 143.3J whether the companies you are auditing are having an accounting software, having audit trail, edit log, which is operating throughout the year, not tampered and properly preserved. Yes, right. Now wait. Here, 143.3 is mandatory for which type of entity? Company, only for company, right? For LLP, this reporting is not there. 143.3 is Companies Act. LLP, there is no such requirement. So the answer is not C, it is B. Now in the question, had the had the question be changed and company ആയിരുന്നുവെങ്കിൽ, if it was a company irundirunda, how the answer would have been A, B, C, D? Then the answer would have been C. Did you understand, guys? That's only for companies. Don't miss the minute point. 143.3 is very important for linking an MCQ. Okay. Which of the following statement is correct regarding Piyush plan? Ada, you know, LLP's auditor, when has to be appointed? First auditor, Maklai, first auditor and subsequent auditor. First auditor has to be appointed when Jagan company allada, not 60 days. It is LLP. Very good. Before closure of financial year, whereas subsequent auditor, at least 30 days prior to closure. You left off different entity other than Anaga? See, they say it is a new setup of business. Jagan, you're saying company. I'm saying LLP. LLP da. LLP ke first auditor should be appointed before closure of the relevant year. Subsequent auditor at least 30 days before the year. Nee solradhu company. I'm saying LLP. So it's a newly established LLP. Read the first sentence. Excuse me. When you have to be appointed, say at least 30 days before 31st March, at least 60 days, any time before closure. Proper, there is no specific requirement. Eda, we said na in the case study they have given it is a newly set up business. So it is a first new LLP. So answer is A, B, C, D. Answer is any time before closure. Right. So answer is C. What if it was a subsequent? Subsequent means existing LLP. Then the answer would have been 30 days prior, na? Then the answer would have been A. Are you clear? Last question. Considering Piyush plan to contact S in August 2024 for making regulatory compliance, what would you suggest the consequences of LLP? Now, LLP has to file two things. Are you aware? You have to file the annual return as well as statements of accounts and solvency. Annual return should be filed within how much time? Yeah, Form 8. Another is Form 11. Annual return should be filed within how many days? And in class, I used to say, make you say the days also, due date. Within 60 days of closure. 60 days of closure means 31st March, 60 days. From 31st March, 60 days means it will come to 31st March, 60 days. April, May last. Statement of, I'm saying annual return. Statement of accounts and solvency means when 30 days after 6 months of closure. Here they are saying of annual returns. Let's see what they are saying. Annual return or statement of accounts and solvency. Can you see? They plan to get their accounts audited after closure of financial year. The finance and account function is being said he plans to contact him somewhere in August for the accounts being filing and necessary compliance. Okay, and I look. At August, is there time already time of which is over? Annual return are over, statement of accounts and solvency are over. Statement of accounts and solvency is only after 6 months of closure, meaning after September. After 6 months of closure means March close, from March 6 months, April, May, June, July, August, September. So 30th of October. So time of which is over, the annual return. Solvency, you have time. So answer is annual return. Did you understand? Or can I say something which I felt? You guys are little weak with respect to LLP, except one or two of them. So others, can you go back today and just read through LLP? LLP is just 2 pages. In our notebook, I would have given a chart. So can you just read through just once? Okay. Can we take rest for 30 seconds? Can we rush to the one more question, please? Come on, come on, come on, come on. Life is a race. Run, 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 run. Then run da. Come on, guys. Case scenario 10. Okay. So guys, start. Start. Case scenario 10. Very small question. It's fully relating to your accounting standards. Can you read fast? Royal Construction Limited should value the obsolete inventory at a valuation of inventory. But when you hear about inventory, which all will come to your mind in auditing? Essay. 501 will come, AS2 will come, CARO will come, CARO clause 2. CARO will come when reporting requirements. Here they are not asking reporting. Essay will come when it is audit procedure or audit evidence. Here it is not audit procedure or audit evidence. AS2 will come when valuation. Here they are asking value. Come on, obsolete inventory should be valued at, as per, you guys are experts in AS, I heard. Can you say obsolete inventory should be valued at which price? At dash price. And it should be valued at realizable value. And am I right? Can you read? Inventory. The auditor noticed that company has an obsolete inventory of 1,75,000. This is the cost, which has a estimated realizable value of 50,000. Which is the amount will you take as per AS2? Very good. Which is 50,000. So answer is 50,000 A. Can we go to the next one? So auditor should see whether the valuation is at cost or historical, cost or realizable value. Here damaged goods, so it is at the realizable value 50,000. It is AS2. Next. What should be the amount included in the cost of property, plant and equipment in the financial? At a PPE, AS 10. At a AS 10, at a PPE. One more thing will come to your mind when you hear about PPE in auditing. CARO clause 1. See, CARO clause 1 says about whether proper records are maintained, physical verification done at reasonable intervals, title deeds of immobile property, revaluation, binami. Whereas AS10 is regarding the valuation cost. Can you recall your accounts? What AS10 said? Any cost directly attributable to PPE, including the employee benefit to bring that particular asset to use after deducting the proceeds from selling the, after deducting the proceeds from selling the items like sample, that should be the value. Yes or no? Cost, add the employee charge, any scrap which you have tested that you will reduce if you sold that. Can you read the question? During the review of property plant, the team noticed that 1,05,000 is employee benefit. 1,25,000 is for testing. 35,000 is received from sale of sample. Calculate. So guys, cost is how much? 1,25,000 plus you will include the employee benefit 1,20,000. So that flow went. So where were we? So cost of the, at a quick. Cost of the plant was costed. How much was the cost? Cost was 1,25,000 here. Then employee benefit was 1,05,000. Then scrap, right? Testing, you say scrap, you will add a less, you will less. So you'll get 1,95,000. So the answer is A. So this is just the application of AS 10. Are you clear? Okay. Can we go to the next? Last question. What potential threat to independence of Verma and Associate arises from receiving a fees of 10 lakh from Royal Construction Limited? See, question 3, read this. Verma and Associate derive a significant portion of their income from Royal Construction Limited, which represents 65% of their total annual revenue. Despite finding the financial discrepancies, the partners decided to overlook these issues. 5 threats is there. First threat is self-interest, self-review, advocacy, familiarity, familiarity, what is that? Self-interest, self-review, advocacy, familiarity, intimidation. 5 threats. Which threat is happening here? Dependence on a client. Fees. If this client goes, your revenue will be hit. Financial relationship. So it is self review. It is self interest threat. A self interest threat. If this particular client goes, you will be having a financial hit. So it is an example of self interest threat. What is self review threat, guys? Self review threat comes when you are doing your own review, like your own work. Intimidation comes when you are being deterred. Deterred means prohibited. Familiarity comes when you are having a close relationship like sympathy, empathy. Here it is financial, so it is self-interest. Right. Okay. So that's it. So guys, with that, this was the which case study, case scenario. Makkale, case scenario. In a case scenario, 10. We have finished. How many case scenario totally? We have finished totally. 10 case scenario. We have started with 1. Now we have reached till 10. In ICAI, how many case scenarios there, Totally, I think we have around, let's see, 30 or something. 30, I think 30 something. 35 or something. Let's see how far we can do. Now, guys, you guys are warriors. Play the BGM, guys.